anyone familiar with reward programs like the grocery store? You get a keychain to swipe, or maybe a card that the grocery store issues you. Maybe you input your phone number or open an app at checkout. And they give you reward points based on your reward membership. Maybe it's the frequent flyer reward program with the airlines. The more you fly, the more points, incentives that the airline gives you for taking trips that you were going to take anyway. Some credit card companies, they give you cash back. You make purchases using that credit card, and they give you perks, discounts, and actually cash back sometimes for what you were going to buy anyway. It costs those companies virtually nothing to give those benefits and rewards. But for the customer, it activates dopamine, that feel-good hormone, right? And so the dopamine is basically your brain's reward system. Anybody part of a rewards membership? Oh, awesome, most of us. Now, what if I told you that you could be a rewards program? This will not require you to have more resources. You don't have to be taller, smaller, richer, or braver. It only requires your willingness. I submit to you, give a compliment, be a compliment. Adding value to others adds value to you. Psychology Today cited that our brains love negative thinking. Stephen Covey said, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. Our brains have been shaped, might I say hardwired, to gravitate towards negativity. Without going too deep, our brains have a feature that recognizes danger and wants to keep us safe. With that, it's constantly alerting us to turn-offs, dislikes, and matters of concern. It often holds on to the bad, and the good gets overlooked and underappreciated. It's unfortunate, but I want you not to silence your internal warning system, but I want you to explore more of those positive narratives that your brains wants to share, those more organic dopamine-inducing feelings. Just as many as us are reward members, we're also part of a phenomenon that thinks negative first. But don't be dismayed. Wait. We are not computers. We are the programmers. We have the autonomy to reprogram how we see the world, and in seeing the world through words of kindness, we become the benefactors of a more positive mindset. I was part of a training program that required we give a compliment before the end of an interaction. This was life-changing. I mean, honestly, heart-transforming. It forced me to see qualities that I liked in others. It forced me to flip my brain from highlighting unflattering thoughts and dislikes about others and finding the best in them. Surprisingly, I started to like myself more. Giving compliments and finding greatness in others had this unsuspecting mirror effect. I tell you, it was quite transformative. When I can see the best in others, then I get to see the best in me. Reward given, reward received. So it takes nothing to offer a bit of kindness, a word of kindness, in the way of a compliment to another. The energy output is nil. The reward of enriching someone else, quite fulfilling. Reward given, reward received. Learning to give genuine compliments to someone else increased my value. Being able to see the best in others created a better me. So I heard this term one day. It was called glazing. And I thought immediately, how unproductive. So glazing is apparently over-complimenting. And I do tell you that it is important to be sincere and genuine when giving compliments. But here goes our brain finding someone's compliment to be a negative. Humans are such the contradiction. Why are we like this, Earthmates? Why do we have a need, but we fight against getting the need met? We see this in so many aspects of our lives. Many of our Earthmates, I didn't say you, suffer from a form of adaptive deprivation. In this instance, it's like denying yourselves appreciation and recognition from another. We all need recognition. We need connection. Compliments create connections. Connections are vital to a healthy, positive human experience. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a theory in psychology based on human needs by Abraham Maslow. Based on this study, among other widespread studies, it talks about connection being a need. So much so that the US Surgeon General declared loneliness and social isolation as a national epidemic. Connection is essential. And I, like most of you, have these same needs. We share needs. We share similar life experiences. Pandemic 2020. It wasn't long after the world closed down, and I lived alone in my apartment with nothing but the footsteps of my upstairs neighbors that gave me proof of life. I was there for days with feeling lonely, isolated, alienated, and really no real human connection. So I finally made my way, and I was going to go to the store. Got to the store, not very many people there, and social distance kept us from being in close proximity. So I gathered my items, and then I felt a little excited about checkout. I was going to get to see the cashier. So I get to the checkout line, I offload my items, and he scans and bags. He scans and bags. He doesn't look up. He doesn't acknowledge me. With just a few items left, he's given me no greeting. And with the last item swiped, with emptiness, he gave me my total. My body tensed. I had a need in that moment that he could have met and it would have cost him nothing, but he withheld it from me. I'm not promising, but I do believe that his name was Rob. I think his name was probably Rob because he robbed me. He robbed me of a moment. He could have given me a smile, a sentiment of care, a compliment. I was livid. Maybe more than being angry, I was just quite disappointed. How do you have something that would cost you nothing and you withhold it from me? I needed that connection. I needed that moment. Giving grace to Rob, he did not know the power of his gifts. He didn't understand his gift. We could have exchanged gifts and energized each other. But I do know that Rob was not part of a rewards program. Yeah, that I'm certain of. But what I want you to understand is what we know now is, despite social media, politics, news cycles, and the thoughts that feed us trouble and divisiveness, we have fundamental similar needs. We lived similar life experiences. It takes nothing for you to give a moment, a kind, genuine word that changed the trajectory of someone else's moment. You will not be robbed. You will be okay. You will be better than okay. And I need you to understand that you, like me, you're no different, right? We all need this recognition and appreciation and value, because I know that you may have, if you say that you have never, or you don't like heartfelt compliments, you've never walked slowly to the pencil sharpener in the middle of class to show off the new shoes that your parents bought you. Maybe that's just my age group. You've never gotten so dressed up, or you just look especially fly, that you needed to be noticed, and you did not encounter enough people to notice. So you had to run it back. You had to make an extra trip. You had to go see some people that you really didn't want to see but needed to see you. You needed that recognition. Social media is all about compliments. Not always in the healthiest way. However, you upload that new profile picture and you wait for your friends and followers to tell you how handsome or beautiful you are. So do not act like your dopamine trigger is dead. But what I do want you to understand is that there's always something you can do for another that will cost you nothing. Give a compliment, be a compliment. Adding value to others adds value to you.